My name is Lucy Hine, the student body president. I would like to welcome everyone to Medea Creek Middle School and this ribbon cutting ceremony celebrating the installation of the solar panel arrays here at all the Oak Park Unified Schools. Please stand and remove your hats as our choir sings the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please have it quiet. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, good morning. Good morning, and thank you for everyone being here. I'd particularly like to thank right now our music directors, Mrs. Rosner and Ms. Levine, for and all of our music students who are performing this morning. I'd like to welcome our students, our staff, our community members for coming out this morning. And in particular, I'd like to welcome our Board of Education members, Mr. Drew Hazelton, Ms. Denise Helfstein, Ms. Barbara Leifman, Mr. Derek Ross, and Mr. Alan Rosen. Our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tony Knight. We have also our special guest, our Ventura County Supervisor, Ms. Linda Parks. And we have a lot of community members, and in particular, I'd like to welcome our Oak Park Municipal Advisory Committee. I know they're We are celebrating today the installation of these solar panel arrays, not just here at Medea Creek Middle School, but at all of the schools in the district. And this is a perfect example of what you could call an elegant solution to multiple problems. The structures create energy in the amounts to run the schools, reduce the environmental impact, save the district hundreds of thousands of dollars each year, which can then provide materials, personnel, and programs for our students to run the education programs. And it provides a lot of shade. Where you guys are sitting right now was not in shade last year. And I even had a PE coach tell me just this morning that these have been magnificent for being up here day in, day out for all the students and staff that are up here. So it's wonderful. Creating these solutions were the work of many people, many years of planning, and most of all, a truly supportive community who recognize our schools as the heart of Oak Park. And this is just the first step in the improvement and modernization of Medea Creek Middle School. The next few years are going to be spectacular. At this time, I want to bring up 3 students representing our Environmental Explorers class to speak about the impact of these solar arrays. If you would please welcome Evan Chow, Jason Meske, and Jasmine Vargas.
for coming out to our solar panel ribbon cutting. We know you all have a lot of important learning to be doing, so we thought this would be a good time to teach you a bit about what it means to have these solar panels at our school, and why it is such an important addition to our school district. We'll start with the obvious part. We live in Southern California, home of sunny skies and nearly perfect weather, which makes us the perfect candidates for solar panels. That being said, not only does having our new solar array save us a bunch of money, but it also helps to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. The more solar energy harnessed globally, the less fossil fuels are needed to burn. Plus, solar energy is a renewable and sustainable resource, so we never have to worry about running out of them. Another major advantage of using solar power is that it produces clean energy, unlike burning fossil fuels, which releases a lot of gases and pollution into the air. Pollution is obviously bad for the environment and contributes to global warming.
Most scientists at NASA believe that greenhouse gases are the main reason for rapid climate change occurring recently on Earth. To give you an idea of what this means, here are some effects climate change has on our planet. Over 400 billion tons of glaciers have melted since 1994, resulting in higher sea levels and warmer oceans. The warmer oceans result in more extreme weather, like blizzards, floods, and hurricanes. Can we see Hurricane Irma, Harvey, and Maria? At this time, global temperatures are expected to rise 2 to 6 Celsius this century. Additionally, higher amounts of greenhouse gases are also causing ocean acidification, which is causing a lot of problems for marine species, especially those along the coastline. If you remember all those starving sea lions who washed up on the beach in spring, then you witnessed an indirect effect on climate change on our California coast. It gets worse though. The resulting ozone layer depletion and pollution from burning fossil fuels are leading to higher rates of cancer and respiratory issues in humans too. These are just a few side effects of climate change. We have a responsibility to play in part on reducing carbon footprints and slowing down climate change. We are very proud of our district for being part of the process.
Did you know that Oak Park School District's new solar panels will save us about $360,000 a year? Just think of all the amazing things our school can do with that money. Our panels produce about 1.3 million watts of power per year. In the 3 months that the OPUSD solar panels have been up, 427,019 kilowatt hours of solar energy has been produced, which will equate to about 2 billion watt hours per year. To put things into perspective, the district's solar panels will produce enough energy to power 242 homes for the year, or light 18,447 light bulbs for the year. Having them in place instead of burning fossil fuels for electricity means that over 1.4 million pounds of carbon are offset annually, which is the equivalent of the amount of carbon that just over 1,000 trees will remove from the air over the course of their lifetimes. That's a lot of carbon. We know that very few school districts are able to make this sort of huge push for green schools and clean energy. And we want to thank Dr. Knight, the school board, and the local residents of Oak Park for making it possible to bring the solar panels here to Oak Park, and including all of us in the process.
Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tony Knight.
Thank you, Mr. Benioff. So welcome everybody today. We're so excited to be cutting the ribbon on these new solar panels today at Medea Creek. And this is the main ceremony, as Mr. Benioff said, for the entire district, where these have all been installed and are up and running. I wanted to thank everybody who, first of all, put together our little ceremony this morning. Ragini Agarwal and Julie Suarez, Annette Siegel, Mr. Benioff, Ms. Bagari, everybody for organizing everything here, and our grounds crew, and for hanging everything and putting it all together and made it so beautiful. I also wanted to thank our guests and acknowledge our Oak Park Municipal Advisory Council for all the members being here today, and for Supervisor Linda Parks for coming, and to Alex Smith from PFMG, the solar company that built these for us, and also to Christy, who's here from Solar World. Solar World is the company that makes the panels, and something unique about that is all these panels are American made. So we specified that they had to be made in the United States, and so how about a big hand for Solar World and having all American made panels. And Measure S bond funds paid for these panels, and here and at all of our schools. And so the biggest thank you has to go to the taxpayers in Oak Park who are paying for Measure S. Let's give them a huge, big round of applause. We also wanted to thank the people from Rosendin Electric and the people at Southern California Edison and our forward-thinking board members who are here who made this the first priority with our bond fund, and to Keith Henderson and Martin Klaus, Assistant Superintendent, and everybody around here, as a matter of fact, the teachers and everyone, for the patience with the noise, any kind of parking disruptions, the dust, and any inconvenience that we went through last spring when these things were being built. What's really cool is that they were finished right on time. And as you know, like a lot of construction projects, if you've ever tried to do them, they don't get done on time. These were done exactly on time. And they've been making power ever since July the 1st. Some people have asked us why Oak Park is installing or has installed these systems. And the main reasons are the ones basically that the students explained to you already this morning, but I'll just add a few more or add a little bit more to that. Our motto in Oak Park is educating compassionate and creative global citizens. And anything we do to reduce our carbon footprint and reduce greenhouse gases is something that I consider an act of mercy and an act of compassion. Can we really tolerate a situation where 40,000 plant and animal species are going extinct each year due to human-caused climate change, habitat destruction, pollution of the ocean, and other reasons, and not do anything about that? Are we all not shocked by this and feel that we must at least try to do something? By the way, the normal extinction rate is about 1 species for every 1,000 years. So losing 40,000 a year is the equivalent of 1 species every 20 minutes. That should really be shocking and appalling to everybody on the planet and should cause alarm and people to think about what we need to do to stop that from happening. Watching what happened in the recent hurricanes that were mentioned by the student speakers should also make us think about what actions we should be taking to stop the oceans from continuing to warm, the deserts to expand, and the rainforests to dry. This is especially true when you see that most of the people who are affected by these things live in tropical regions of the world and are poor. Climate change will affect everyone, but it will most seriously impact the poor and the marginalized the most severely. Environmentalism and social justice are deeply connected. This is an important lesson for our students to learn and to act on and to see solutions to these problems every single day they're at school. We want our students to learn and our teachers to teach in places that are powered with the latest renewable energy systems so that we can see what the future can hold and how we can look forward to a better world as you grow up. We want you to grow up in a world that has healthy oceans, abundant wild plants and animals, and lots of natural places. Your school is now powered just like a spacecraft is. In the 1950s, scientists figured out that they needed to use solar panels to power spacecraft because they couldn't bring enough fuel along for the missions. This helped us to develop the modern solar panels that we have today. We are realizing that we can power our buildings, our cars, and our lives with the sun, which has actually been fueling life on this planet for 4 billion years. We're just figuring out how to use it in new ways. It's clean, it's free, it's safe, and it's part of our future. So far, since these things were switched on the 1st of July, these panels have generated $110,000 worth of electricity, which is well ahead of expectations. So just like all of you guys do, you outperform what we expect you to do. Our solar panels are doing the same things in an Oak Park style. They work from sunrise to sunset every day of the year. What we don't use, we sell to the power company, and they sell it to other homes and businesses in the area. So we are saving desperately needed funds that are needed to educate all of you guys. So the oceans may be rising due to climate change, but so are our solar arrays in Oak Park. And more importantly, so is our resolve to create a more sustainable future for you and everybody else, human and non-human, on this beautiful planet. Thank you all very much.
We will now have a special presentation from our band. as they will be performing a song called Suncatcher. And we will have a guest conductor, 8th grade student Jalen Blank. Next, I'd like to introduce Ventura County Supervisor Linda Parks.
Good morning. What a pleasure to be here. You just realize how fortunate y'all are. You look around and see the open hills and with no development on them and the nature around you. That was because a long time ago when Oak Park was founded, the leaders decided that was important and having you around nature is important. And we have your local government here, the Municipal Advisory Council. We have Jane Nye, Seema Chandra, Chris Chapman, and the chair, Aman Glickstein. They, along with me, are your government, local government here in Oak Park. And when we look at Oak Park, you have both the Municipal Advisory Council, myself, the Rancho Simi Recreation and Park District, and the school district. That's it here in Oak Park. And of those, what's leading the way is the school district. Not only in Oak Park, but throughout the entire county of Ventura. The Oak Park Unified School District, as you know, your students have the highest test scores in the entire county. You also have the most environmental policies of any district that I know in the county of Ventura. And a lot of that is because of your leadership on the school board and because of Dr. Knight. I just really want to commend you. And I want you to realize that you guys are special because you have so many caring people that would do something like put all their time and energy to see that we can reduce the amount of fossil fuels, to see that we have solar panels. They also treat the rainwater so that it doesn't end up being polluted as it goes out. That's something the school district does. A lot of things, even not having insecticides and pesticides on campus. That's not like other campuses in the county or really in the nation. That says something very special about the stewardship of the environment. And what I like best about it too, in addition to helping the environment, it's also teaching you all the importance of being good environmental stewards. And I think from just living in this kind of environment, as you grow older, you too will become good environmental stewards because you have seen this example. If you want to be involved in your local government, you obviously can also be part of your school leadership. But when you go to high school, you can also become part of the Municipal Advisory Council, as we have a high school student that sits on the Municipal Advisory Council. And then you can have a say in your government here in Oak Park. I know that you all are wanting to be involved in your community, and I think you have the special position of having an example set for you that few other students have. So I want to commend the leadership here that has brought the solar panels. And do you know the students at Oak Park High School were the first ones to bring solar panels to the school district? I think about 5 students in a club got together and raised money to put the solar panels on the library. You know, that was student-led. So there's a lot of things you can do for the environment. This is one example. I want to wish you all the best, and I do have to commend your band and the wonderful conductor, and also the beautiful voices of your choir. I mean, that was just beyond beautiful. So congratulations to all of you. You have really made my day. Makes me want to go back to school. But I do have a certificate I'm going to give to Dr. Knight in congratulating the school district on the occasion of the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new solar project, a state-of-the-art solar energy facility at Medea Creek Middle School that will provide many years of clean energy to benefit Oak Park schools and the entire community. So congratulations to everyone.
And next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Drew Hazelton, President of the OPUSD Board of Education.
I was hoping the shade went that way for everyone sitting back there in the chairs. Thank you, Brad, and thank you to all the teachers for hosting this great ceremony. I know that the students are busy in school, so thank you for bringing the students out here to celebrate this great day. We started this back in January, talking about this, and I remember sitting in a room thinking to myself, how are we going to get 4,000 solar panels up Canaan into Oak Park, installed and turned on by June 30th, so less than 6 months, and we did it. My next thought was good luck to the people that were going to do it, but we did it. And today I just wanted to quickly thank those that were involved throughout the process. Many of you are here today. First, I wanted to thank the site principals and staff at each school. Each school has the beautiful solar panels. Especially wanted to thank the high school staff, so Kevin Buchanan, Jason Meskey, and Brian Martin for managing the parking situation on Canaan last spring. That was a challenge, and we got through it with good colors and no accidents. Second, I want to thank our business operations team facilities. Julie Suarez is here, Martin Klaus, Keith Henderson. They managed the whole project with our partners who are also here, PFMG, Alex Smith, as Dr. Knight said, Rosenden, and Solar World. And then Dr. Knight, he has a vision for this district, and this was one of his visions, and we all supported it. We saw it to the end, so thank you, Dr. Knight, for all your support. And then lastly, as Jackson Meskey said earlier, I want to, and Dr. Knight, we need to thank the local residents here of Oak Park for supporting our bond last November in order to make this happen. So thank you for supporting our facilities and, of course, our education. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to invite the students of our Environmental Explorers elective to stand. They're going to we're going to do the official ribbon cutting. And I'm going to hand the very large scissors to Dr. Knight to carry down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the ceremony. We want to thank students. Please stay seated. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and celebrating with us. And students, if you would please wait for direction from your teachers before you stand to be dismissed. But this time, teachers, if you would please start taking your students back to class. Again, thank you everyone for coming out today.